Alright, good afternoon traders. Hey, this is Big Al and this is how I trade. I trade off of 512 tick bars. This is actually Tuesday the 24th of last week. For some reason the chart on Thinkorswim will not allow me on a 500 tick chart tick setup to be able to see the last 5 trading days, and normally I can, so I don't know what's happened today. I'll have to figure out what I've done. But the red bar always represents the high of the week. The green bar always represents the low of the week. The blue bar represents the opening and the overnight session. This was actually Tuesday morning in Asia and then of course into Europe. And then this green bar here represents, actually in this particular case, the low of the last 10 days. I've also got another gray bar that represents the high of the last 10 days. I'm very interested in what is the pattern, what has happened in the last 10 days. How many days has the market gone up in the last 10 days, or how many days has the market gone down in the last 10 days? I trade off time zones, so my first time zone is from 9:30 till 10. All that simply means is I want to see what the market is trying to do in that first time zone. If in this particular case it created a new high from the open, but it did not go higher than the overnight session. So once this bar came up, this doji, this hammer, it gave me a sell signal. And I sold. The low of this bar was 12,394, so I just dropped 4 ticks below it and put in an order to sell at 12,390. I was filled and I got hit at my first target, which was 380 for 10 ticks. I then moved my P-stop from 15 ticks higher to 10 ticks lower to give me a break-even trade. And yes, you heard right, that I found through experience and the higher percentage of successful trades is that I actually, from where my entry is that I protect 15 ticks from wherever my entry, whether it is actually on a sell or a buy. And what I have, but my first target is just 10. So that means when I have misread what the market is telling me for the day, I can get hit pretty heavy. If I get 2 contracts and hit out, at 15, that means I get hit for 30 points right off the bat, or 30 ticks right off the bat. So the market came back and I'm now flat here, and on this time bar it's 12:21 and I'm flat because I got even. So once it came back down again, I've got this nice little doji and I got these great little hammer again. I came back in, and after this bar, under this bar, I came down and came back in at 385. Got my at 1027. I came in at 375 and got my first 10 ticks. And then right here, when it came back down, this is 365, which gave me 20 ticks. So I got a total of 30 ticks in here. So again, I made 10, lost 10, there was 0, so now I'm up 30 ticks for the day. Once this came in through here and started showing weakness again, that meant I was going to be looking to get into another trade somewhere down into here. I didn't trade for the rest of the day. I had some other stuff that I had to do, but you can actually see that when it came through here, this engulfing bar that came down through here, although it didn't take out the highs here, it was a strong enough down bar to give an indication. And then finally these 2 bars together actually made the market go lower, but I wasn't in it. So that's just basically a quick wrap up of what happened on Tuesday the 24th and how I begin to set up. Now I'll start on let me check what that day that's going to be. So on Tuesday the 31st, I will actually start to do a setup of the actual trade, of how I trade on there, to show the setup for each day. I want to be able to look at the overnight session. I want to be able to measure the high and the low of the overnight session. I want to have the weekly high and the weekly low. And then I want to open for that overnight session. And if you look at this chart, you can see between the high of the week and it actually corresponds, you can see there's resistance on the high of the week. This has just happened to be the Monday, in which I cannot show. And then here's the opening for, Tuesday morning, and the overnight is that it bounced off, came back, met resistance again, found support, met resistance again, and then once it broke through here, we were looking again. This is another perfect area to come back in here and short the market back again, because it looks like it's just simply now the overnight open is acting like resistance. So that's this is Big Al. This is how I trade, and this is just a recap for Tuesday, May 24th. Thank you very much. Come back, watch the rest of them.